Hey, what's up studs? Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and today I thought I'd do a little bit of a different style video talking about LEGO Star Wars 2020 sets that we have official images of. Today's video is titled something like LEGO Star Wars 2020, The Good, the Bad, and the Unknown. Obviously a pretty good play on the good, the bad, and the ugly. We've just replaced ugly with unknown, because I feel like bad and ugly are pretty much the same thing for the purposes of this video, so I thought the unknown would be a little bit more interesting. Anyway, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on the latest LEGO Star Wars sets, news, rumors, everything there is LEGO Star Wars is on this channel. But anyway, we're gonna hop right into it. First, we're gonna start with the good of LEGO Star Wars 2020. There are quite a few sets coming out in the January wave, the most expensive set of which is $90, and that is more expensive than the most expensive set has been in most years. It might be the most expensive we've ever had for a January set, barring a UCS set. Obviously, I think we once had like the Slave One released like January 1st, and that was $200, but that wasn't like part of the regular wave of sets. So it's relatively cheap compared to what we'll end up getting in the summer on the more expensive side of things. So that's a good thing. You get cheaper sets for the first wave of the year. Another good thing about the January 2020 LEGO Star Wars sets is the minifigures in the Microfighters. You're getting two figures that previously, at least in the October 2019 LEGO Star Wars wave from Triple Force Friday, you could only get in either a $70 or $130 set. Now they're both available in $10 sets. Very, very accessible for people that wanted just these figures, because I think they're pretty popular figures. We have Zouri Bliss, who is only in the larger Resistance Y-Wing, and very much in a similar fashion. We have Kylo Ren with his special refitted helmet that was previously only in the $130 Kylo Ren Shuttle. Speaking of Kylo Ren Shuttle, it is an amazing model. It's everything I could have ever wanted in a Kylo Ren Shuttle Microfighter, even down to the details that the wings fold out. Also, quick side note on the Microfighters, isn't it pretty crazy that they're on Series 7 already? This is 7 years of LEGO Star Wars Microfighters. I feel like these just started yesterday in 2014. That's insane that we're on the 7th series of Microfighters. I gotta get them all together for a collection video, because I should have them all. Another great thing about LEGO Star Wars in 2020 is the Sith Troopers Battle Pack. It has a very interesting build that is actually really heavily based off the First Order Snowspeeder, which never actually made it in a movie. Maybe it will be in Episode 9, who knows, but at least this build is something that's kind of interesting and similar to what we've seen in the Star Wars universe, or at least in a previous LEGO Star Wars set. And on top of that, you're getting the Sith Trooper, which was previously only in the $130 Kylo Ren Shuttle, now available in just a $15 set. And then the Sith Jet Troopers, which are brand new figures. I don't even know if they're going to be in the movie, but they're just really badass, and they're going to fit in nicely into any army you want to build of Sith Troopers. And finally, we have like a Sith Trooper Officer, which is kind of like one of those throw-ins, but it's good enough for a lot of people. It's good enough for me. I like that they added a little bit of red markings to him. I think that's really going to sell me in particular on that figure. It's nice to see the 2-in-1 Microfighters return, especially with another animal build. We've never gotten a Bantha in LEGO, and we finally have one. A lot of people assume there would always be kind of like a dewback, like there would finally be a molded version. I'm kind of surprised to see that LEGO's done a brick-built version first, but it does kind of fit in nicely. I will say that I think the dewback was a better brick-built animal of LEGO. The Bantha isn't terrible, and I think a lot of people that have been clamoring to get a Bantha will be more than happy and pleased with this, especially seeing as it's in a $20 set. This easily could have been something that would have been thrown in with a Sandcrawler for $150. You know, something like that could have happened, so look at it on the bright side. The T16 Skyhopper actually isn't bad either in the set, but I think the highlight for a lot of people is going to be the Bantha. Another very good thing about LEGO Star Wars 2020, to me personally at least, is the Duel on Mustafar, and this set obviously has a different price range than the set from 2005. They were going for a very different style. They very clearly set a precedent in 2019 that they were going to do these $20 lightsaber battle sets, and so as soon as this set was rumored, I kind of assumed it would fall into that same vein. As much as I wish it was a $60 set, more fleshed out Duel on Mustafar, I also really appreciate this $20 desk size, easy to put somewhere version of the Duel on Mustafar. You get both the minifigures you're going to need, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, both very well detailed minifigures, as well as plenty of scenery to play around with. You have two of the droids that can float on the lava, and the beam that's going to be falling down while they're fighting on it. Another good thing for 2020 is Obi-Wan's hut. It might be a little bit on the pricey side, but for $30, it's not terrible. Of course, you're able to get it on sale. We finally get a Princess Leia Leia Organa hologram. We also get one of the newer little training droids, and we get a very nice lineup of figures with a Tusken Raider, Ben Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, and R2-D2, all for just $30. So I think a lot of people are going to be on that set for being an original trilogy set that is not terrible, to be honest. Another good thing about 2020 LEGO Star Wars sets is the Sith TIE Fighter. The design of the Sith TIE Fighter, more specifically, is a really good one in my opinion. I also love the inclusion of a stand in this set. I think that works really well, because otherwise I don't know how this thing was going to stand up, because it wasn't. So that being said, it's got the spring-loaded shooters very nicely integrated into the side of the ship. It's got this newly printed cockpit piece, so really good looking ship with the Sith TIE Fighter. Really appreciate the design of that. And the final good thing about LEGO Star Wars 2020 January sets is going to be the Knight of Ren inclusions. There's a Knight of Ren in both the Sith TIE Fighter and Poe Dameron's X-Wing fighter, so we're going to be filling out our collection of Knights of Ren, finally getting a couple more to add to the two that we got back in October 2019. So that concludes everything that I think is particularly good or notably good about LEGO Star Wars 2020 sets. Now we're going to go on to the bad, and I will read this verbatim, exactly what I wrote about the 4+ Junior Snowspeeder. Holy shit, this thing is terrible. Like, if you're 4 years old, I guess, right? Looking at it from my perspective, I'm 22. I appreciate well-designed, good LEGO sets, and this ain't it, Chief. This is not it. This Snowspeeder looks awful, and I'm sorry to the designer who might be watching this video. Who knows? They could watch it. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but this is, and I know you got to work within certain parameters, and they use the big base plate pieces and everything, but oh my god, this thing looks worse than the X-Wing. I can't believe they made something like an iconic ship worse than they did with the X-Wing Junior set in 2019. That being said, the speeder for the Snow Trooper is pretty nice. The Wedge Antilles minifigure is a great inclusion in a $20 set, and the dish turret is decent enough, but the Snow Speeder is obviously the main point of this set, seeing as the set is named Snow Speeder, and the Snow Speeder fails on so many levels. I don't even want to keep talking about it. Please harp on the Snow Speeder in the comments section below. I'll do it again. I'll read verbatim what I have written, and it's about Luke's Landspeeder this time, Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder, for $30, 236 pieces with just 3 minifigures. Literally what I wrote next to it: no thanks. I think that's the best way to put it, because this is another Luke's Landspeeder. I mean, they could not wait to get another one out, I guess. They released a Luke's Landspeeder in 2017. It was available all of 2017, all of 2018, retired probably very early 2019, so it's been off shelves for 1 year, and here we have another Luke's Landspeeder. And what they've done is they've increased the price of the Luke's Landspeeder by $10. Then now, albeit they've added some extra detail to the set, I suppose. They've changed some of the design around, definitely, but I think they could have waited like 2 more years to put out another Luke's Landspeeder. I think it would have been worth just giving everybody a break to just avoid exactly the conversation I'm having right now with my viewers. I think that would have definitely been a good thing for LEGO to just hold off for a few years, let a few people not be able to get a Luke's Landspeeder for a while, and then bring another one out onto the market. Another bad thing is the general remakes. I mean, we've got a remake of the Resistance Y-Wing Microfighter. Now, it is a Resistance Y-Wing, not a Rebel Y-Wing, so I guess it's not a remake of the same Y-Wing, but it's still a Y-Wing, and they look very similar, so it's basically a remake. The Snowspeeder Junior set, technically, I guess it's a remake of a Snowspeeder, but I don't see it that way. It's like a completely different concept for a Snowspeeder. Same with the Duel on Mustafar, another remake, but it's a good remake. Luke's Landspeeder, bad remake. Poe's X-Wing, did we need another X-Wing? I don't know. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Another bad thing, 2020, is the Sith TIE Fighter and the Poe Dameron X-Wing fighter prices. Now, the Sith TIE Fighter is going to be $80 with 470 pieces. I know price for pieces and everything, but you look at something like that and you're just like, $80, goddamn. Like, I remember the first time I ever thought about the price of a TIE Fighter and thought it was overpriced. They've been overpriced ever since then, I feel like, is the TIE Defender in 2009. It was $55 for, I think, 304 pieces, and that was horrendously overpriced to 12-year-old me. So this one falls kind of in that same category. Now, they'll be drawing you in with the Knight of Ren, I'm sure, but the price is just too much. And you're going to see the same deal with Poe Dameron's X-Wing fighter. The last 3 X-Wings have all been $80, and this one jumps immediately $10 more. So that is a very large increase to me to see that one go to $90. And I'm sure a lot of people will be very disappointed to see that price on shelves if they don't know the price already. And the final bad thing about the 2020 LEGO Star Wars sets to me is Poe's X-Wing. I feel like the design of this thing just isn't hitting everything for me. I think that this is something that happens from time to time, and it might not be particularly LEGO's fault. It might just be that it's accurate to what Star Wars has, and maybe Star Wars just doesn't have it right either. And that's the fact that they just used one too many colors. If this was just orange and white, it would work spectacularly. But to me, what really kills this set is the little hints of the light blue color. And as much as I like that blue color from LEGO, it just doesn't work in this particular situation. So that blue color is what's really killing it on that X-Wing for me. And now, finally, the unknown. We got a couple unknown things. The Mandalorian Battle Pack is coming out in January 2020 by all accounts, and we don't know too much about it. The rumors are that it will include 4 different Mandalorians, which is a stark contrast from the original Mandalorian Battle Pack from 2011, which included 4 of the same Mandalorians. Either way, I'd be pretty happy with the Mandalorian Battle Pack, I think. So we don't know much about that, and on top of that, another thing we don't know anything about is polybags. So LEGO will inevitably probably release some polybags to go with this 2020 wave that you'd see at Target and Walmart. They might not come out until March or April, but they do come out. And my bets, if LEGO was going to release polybags based on these sets, the only 2 sets I could see them doing a polybag of are Poe Dameron's X-Wing fighter and the Sith TIE fighter. Those are the only 2 polybags I could see potentially happening in early 2020, at least based off these sets. We could get other stuff, who knows. But let me know what you guys think about the good, the bad, and the unknown of LEGO Star Wars 2020. Leave me a comment down below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.